So about a month ago, we ranked every single Black Ops 3 Zombies map from worst to best, and that was just the best video in terms of support and views and everything on the channel, so I really did appreciate that. So I thought today we'd rank every single Black Ops 4 Zombies map from worst to best. Now this game is a little bit different because a lot of these maps are good, but they suffer from having really difficult and just tedious Easter eggs, but I don't think that defines the map as a whole. And it's a bit weird. The criteria is not going to be like any other video, so it's really going to be just opinion and just bias, and I can't really say what I'm ranking it off of other than just my opinion. But this game is really underrated in the grand scheme of zombies. I think it's a ton of fun, and if you play Black Ops 4 and love it, I'm sure you agree. But yeah, I mean it's gonna be a lot of fun, and yeah, we have eight maps we're ranking, so we're just gonna get right into it. So the only really bad map I can come up with at number eight, which is last, is Voyage. Now Voyage is just stupid and disappointing. I didn't really like the Chaos story, especially at launch, because I was so obsessed with Ether. So I played a shit ton of Blood at launch and never really gave Voyage a chance. And I still don't really have any like interest in trying out Voyage. I mean, the concept is cool. It's on the Titanic and it's something brand new and refreshing, but it just didn't really click with me. And the Easter egg, from what I hear, I haven't done the Easter egg. I've only done the Easter egg on Alpha, 9, and TOG. But the Easter egg on 9, I just hear is just fucking brutal and just horrible. The planet step I hear is just really, really stupid. You need the Helion Salva or whatever, the launcher, you need that just to really compete for that Easter egg as a whole. It's not really fun. The Kraken is an okay wonder weapon with its variants. I mean, with its elements or whatever. And so I mean, it's okay, but just besides that, there's nothing really going for the map, and I don't really care to play for it. And I think it's kind of bland, and I think it's just stupid and boring. And yeah, I really have nothing good to say about Voyage, so we'll just leave it at number eight. So coming at number seven, what I think is probably just the most disappointing map in the history of zombies, at least in my opinion, is Tag der Toten. Now Tag is really, really weird. I mean, it's not really a bad map, but I think it's just so disappointing where I just absolutely despise it. It was the last map on Ether, and it was so lazy. And I get they had like that strike or whatever during the Black Ops 4 life cycle, and we were supposed to get the Great War map, and we got Tag instead. But I thought the effort was just fucking terrible. And I don't know. So remastering Call of the Dead, a map that I personally don't like that much, especially as of recent. I do not like Call of the Dead, and remastering it, it just didn't really click with me. And bringing back Victus to end the whole fucking Ether storyline, I thought was just ridiculously stupid. I thought Alpha Omega was really cool having the Ultimus and Primus crews going together, and I thought we could have something cool with them being playable again. And no, they just gave us Victus, the most bland and just stupid group as is. And I don't know. The Wonder Weapons too, they're really, really underwhelming and just boring. You have a sniper Wonder Waff that's really only effective if you get headshots on it, which is just the most bizarre thing I've ever seen in my life. And you have the Tundra gun, which is like a ice version of the Thunder gun, and it's weird too. I mean, it's really good, but I thought it was also really lazy, and I don't really like it. And then you have the obviously like the OG Thunder gun, which is probably the best Wonder Weapon on this map, and even that was just meh. It felt weird in Tag, and everything in Tag feels weird. I think the Easter egg is really, really stupid. It always takes me 3 hours to do the Easter egg every single time I do it, especially with that bone step, and you get like the apothecary and it tells you where to go with its weird little fucking quote in its language. I can't stand doing that step. I think it's way too long. I think it's way too tedious. I think it's just a pain in the ass, really. The cool things about this map, I liked how we found out who like Pablo was. We heard him on radios and like Verrucht and World at War about like Richtofen and him like cutting out his spleen or something. We found out who he really was in Tog, which was really, really cool. But I don't know. Besides, I can't really think of anything that's really good about the map. I mean, it's just I thought it was lazy. I thought it was underwhelming. I think it's really, really disappointing, and I don't know. I think I feel really sour towards this map, so I'm just gonna leave it at number seven and just hate it. So we'll go to number six. So coming at number six, we have a map I actually hated a lot until I learned how to play it, and that's Dead of the Night. I'll get to the good gameplay stuff in a second, but I want to name off some of the bad that really bothers me. Now, the first one is really, really bizarre, and it's that this map has the single worst playable character in the history of fucking zombies with the Brigadier. I can't fucking stand that guy. I think the way he talks how it's almost like opera singing every time he speaks. That drives me fucking crazy. And if I'm playing solo, it's easy to like reset instantly. But if you're playing co-op and you just have to hear this fucking guy, oh my god, it is the worst thing ever. And I hate it. I hate it. He is the only character in the history of zombies, for me at least, where I literally just I want to leave the game if he's speaking. Like, there's no character that does that for me except for him, and it's horrible. I don't think the crew's that great except for the butler or whatever, Alistair's butler. I think that whole crew just sucks. So that's not really gameplay related. Gameplay related, I think this map is super complicated. I think there's too many parts for just a bunch of shit. I think the shield parts are too spread out. I mean, it's not horrible to... I don't think the shield's that bad, but how everything's all spread out, I don't like it with all the doors being super expensive too. I don't like the silver bullets. I think the silver bullets are just an absolute nightmare. How you have to get one from the clock. I think you have to get a part from the clock, if I'm not mistaken. You have to get a candle. And I don't know. It's just a disaster. I think this map is super complicated. And you need the silver bullets, like I said, just to get Pack-a-Punch, and you have to do all this complicated shit just to upgrade your gun. Even if you want to play casually, you have to do a bunch of complicated shit just to Pack-a-Punch what you need to get to high rounds on Black Ops 4. I can't fucking stand that. And yeah, the complexity on... I don't know if complexity is a word, but the complexity on this map is just the worst part. The good part on this map is high rounds and just how fast high rounds are and how fun it is, really. I think the Alistair's Foley is one of the best wonder weapons of all time, really. I think it's borderline top 10. And the fact that it's a pistol brings a certain uniqueness about it. It makes it very unique because you don't see a bunch of pistol wonder weapons. And the fact that it's so good with the two different elements. You have the one where they go through the ground. You have the one where it like makes like a tornado or whatever. I think those are really, really cool. They're really effective. And I really enjoy using them. But besides high rounds, really, I don't think there's a lot to do on Dead of the Night, and you really have to learn to play Dead of the Night if you haven't played it before. You have to play multiple games to kind of get the hang of the map, and I think that's a little bit stupid, and that's why it's so low. But once you kind of learn the map, I can acknowledge you have a bunch of fun. But as someone who's more towards on the casual side, I don't like it, and yeah, I mean, it's not a bad map, but just the complexity, it's not for me, so we'll leave it at that, and we'll go to number 5. So a quick little fun fact, I totally forgot this map even existed because I had 7 maps down, and I totally forgot Classified was even a map when I originally started making like the commentary for this, and that's what number 5 is. We have Classified. Now, that's the problem with Classified, like I just said, I forgot it was a thing because it's such a forgetful map in the grand scheme of Black Ops 4 because every single map has its like own unique taste, really. Voyage is on the Titanic, Tag is on Call of the Dead, and it's like the last map in Ether. Alpha Omega is like on a cooler version of Nuketown. Ancient Evil is like one of the coolest maps ever. Blood of the Dead is on Mob of the Dead, which is one of the best maps ever. And I don't know. Classified just kind of is, it's just an outsider, and it's a big issue. But I love the simplicity of this map. I really do like, and I think it should be in other Zombies maps. I know hardcore players won't agree with me. But if you get to a high round, like in Classified, you get around 115, you get a cutscene with Ultimus and Primus like meeting each other, and I think that's a really, really cool thing and a cool reward to get the high rounds. I think there should be an Easter egg and an Easter egg cutscene for the hardcore fans, but there should be like a mid-game sort of cutscene for getting to around 115 or just a high round in general. I think that would push people to get to high rounds. I think it'll make people love Zombies a lot more, and Classified started that, and I think it should be a thing going forward. I also really do like how they buffed the Winter's Howl, because the Winter's Howl was just fucking terrible in 5. I think it stopped being effective on like round 16, and for a wonder weapon, that's terrible. But on Classified, they really did fix it, and I love how fun it is to use on Classified. And having Ultimus back for the first time since Moon, I thought that was also really, really good. But besides that, like I said, Classified is very, very bland, and there's not much to talk about it, but the experience in getting to high rounds and just having Moon back for Pack-a-Punch Area 51, you can Pack-a-Punch there. I think has a bunch of cool little nods to other maps. And the 115 thing, the mid-game cutscene or whatever, I thought that was just amazing. I think that's like my favorite thing about the map, actually. And I think that they should really consider doing that in future maps for like a mid-game cutscene going forward, just getting to high rounds. I think that'd be amazing, but I'm probably alone on that. So, I mean, yeah, Classified's bland. We'll just move on to number 4, but it's a fun map. All right, so coming in at number 4, we have probably what a lot of people think is just the best map in Black Ops 4 as a whole. We have 9. Now, I really do like 9. I like the Gladiator feel. I love the spawn room. I love just the feel. I love how the perks are separated into 4 different parts of the map. I love the layout. There's a bunch of good stuff about 9. I just don't have the urge to go replay it as much as these other maps, and that's 100% a bias and just a me thing. But 9 is a great, great map. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of the Easter egg. I think the Easter egg's a bit long for my liking. I think the boss fight's really cool with the 2 elephants, but there's a bunch of weird fucking steps in this Easter egg. You have to like pick up a certain specific skull. You have to have some big guy take off a piece of wood. You have to put it in this big pot of whatever, and then you have to pick up literal shit from the crowd. Like, they literally throw fucking Fecalheimer from their ass onto the gladiator area. You have to pick up the shit, and I don't even remember what you do after that. I don't know if you have to, like, you put it down in the middle of some room, and then you have to shoot a bunch of weird elemental zombies in a specific order. It's just a disaster, and I think, like I said, with every single Black Ops 4 map, I think that's just a issue with Black Ops 4. I do not like the Easter egg. I thought it was very, very tedious and just bizarre. The shit step is still the weirdest step in the history of zombies. You literally have to pick up someone's shit. I can't get over that ever. And I think the Death of Orion, I don't think that's really a great wonder weapon. I mean, it's okay. It has its uses, but I think it's really, really bizarre. And it's just, I don't know. I don't even know if it's like a wonder wop. I don't even know what I'd compare it to. It's a unique wonder weapon, but I think it's kind of shitty. And I want to like the Death of Orion because it's, like I said, it's unique and it has some weird effects, but I just can't help but think it's a really shitty wonder weapon. And yeah, I mean, that's really a big turnoff for me. If the wonder weapon on one of these maps sucks, then that's an issue because it takes away something that you would want to go back to the map for. And I think there's not a lot to go back for 9 other than the actual like atmosphere of the map and like the gladiator experience. Besides that, there's nothing on 9. I really did like the ending cutscene with how the Chaos Crew dies blatantly, and it's all like a dream in the next map, and it's really bizarre, but I think it's a cool little twist, and I think 9's a solid map. It's just there's not much to it besides the atmosphere, and I think that's kind of a big thing on why I don't really want to replay it as much as these other maps. And I get bored on 9 really, really fast, and that's just a me thing, but I will acknowledge that 9 is a really fun map. It's probably top 25 ever, but it's just not my favorite, especially in Black Ops 4. And yeah, I mean, we'll just leave it at that. So we'll go to number 3. So coming at number 3, we have Blood of the Dead. Now, Blood of the Dead is probably one of the only maps ever in all of Zombies where it has a horrible gameplay Easter egg, but literally everything else on the map is perfect. The atmosphere is perfect. The story's perfect. The wonder weapon's perfect. High rounds are perfect. Everything but the Easter egg, in my opinion, is perfect. Now, I know it's a big ask, and if you just put the Easter egg away and look at the map for everything else, I think a bunch of people can come to the conclusion that Blood of the Dead is one of, if not the most single overhated map in the history of Zombies. Now, the Magma Gat, let's just get that out of the way. It is way better than the Vitrolic Withering, the Acid Gat, the Blunder Gat, any version of the Blunder Gat. The Magma Gat is the best version, and it's not even close. It has way more damage. It does the same effect as the Vitrolic Withering, and it's just amazing, and I never get bored using it. And I love how you upgrade it too. I always find it satisfying when you go into the Warden's house and you put it in the fire, then you have to put it in like the other fires in the barrel all the way back to spawn. I just love how you upgrade it. I always thought that was really fascinating and fun. And just the vibes on this map, you feel for Primus because they feel doomed because of what happened. The Warden locked them in like this endless loop, and the ending with Richtofen sacrificing himself just to save the crew and how he was like the nicest one. I thought it was perfect. I thought it was just amazing. I thought the vibes on this map were just amazing. And high rounds too. There's a bunch of training spots if you want to train. I always love training on the docks in Mob of the Dead. You can still train on the docks in Blood of the Dead. You can train in the cafeteria if you want to. You can train in spawn sort of by the first power switch and where the dogs are. You can train around there. There is a bunch of stuff for you to do on Blood of the Dead, and it's a ton of fun. High rounds are super fun. I think it's almost easy. I think it's really easy actually. And you can camp if you want to by where OG Jug used to be. If you shut the gate, you can camp there. You can camp by one of the Pack-a-Punch spawns. You can camp in the shower still. It's a ton of fun, and the fast traveling is just super fun too. It makes the map feel smaller with how fast you can travel through. It's just amazing. So I think everything in the gameplay, except for the Easter egg, they nailed it out of the park. They thought of every scenario, and I thought it was just perfect. And I really do love Blood of the Dead, and I'm a Blood of the Dead defender, and I'm sure it's obvious now. But I think this map is one of the most overhated maps of all time, and it's the best story out of any Zombies map ever, especially again with the ending, the whole Richtofen thing, sacrificing himself, and you find out there's another Richtofen. It's just a masterpiece, and I think Blood of the Dead is just a great map, and I think it's also top 25, top 20 ever in the grand scheme of Zombies, and I love Blood of the Dead, so we'll move on to number 2. So coming at number 2, we have a map I never really played until like 3 months ago when I played it with randoms. And I had to learn this map, and I absolutely love it now, and that is Ancient Evil. Now, I haven't done the Ancient Evil Easter egg yet, and I'm planning on doing it very soon because I think it's just one of the coolest maps ever, and I love it. So I don't know all the Easter egg stuff, so I'm probably going to sound ridiculous and stupid like I don't know anything about Ancient Evil, but I know a lot of stuff. First off, the atmosphere on this map is just amazing. It's like ancient Greek amazing stuff. There's Perseus, who you fight in the boss fight, and he makes his presence known around the map, or like just throughout the whole game. He makes his presence known. You have Pegasus, who takes you to Pack a Punch, and she makes her she I don't know if Pegasus is a boy or girl for some reason, but he makes his presence known, and it is just amazing. And I love the atmosphere on this map. The gauntlets too, they are some of the most underrated in terms of like the 4 elemental wonder weapon, like the groups. They're like the most underrated by far. I think they're so fun to use. I think all 4 of them are very different from each other, which brings me something to go back on Ancient Evil too. Like if I want to use a different gauntlet, I can go use a different gauntlet on Ancient Evil and have a ton of fun. All 4 of them are amazing in their own way. There's not really a bad one. My personal favorite is the Gauntlet of Gaia, and it's not even the best one. All of them are amazing in their own right, and I think that's pretty crazy for 4 elemental wonder weapons, that all of them are just amazing. I don't think that's the case for the staffs. I don't think it's the case for the bows. I think it's only the case for the gauntlets, really, and I really do enjoy it. Now, a couple of bad things I would say on this map is it is a little bit complicated to learn, like Dead of the Night, but once you like get over the hump and you learn how this map works, I think it is just amazing. And the Easter egg, like I said, I haven't done it before, but up to my knowledge, I think this is the first Easter egg ever where there was a mid-game cutscene and like a little side Easter egg with Bruno obviously killing Shaw, and that was insane, and I absolutely loved it. And the boss fight too. You have to fight Pegasus after Pegasus was like guiding you through stuff, and you have to fight Perseus too. And the ending with the Oracle being Medusa, I think all of it was just amazing, and it's a history. I love history, so it's a history junkie. I absolutely loved how the story ended, and I just thought it was super fun. And I still have a lot more to learn about Ancient Evil, but for what I know and how much I've played, I think this map is easily top 10 ever, probably. I think Ancient Evil is an amazing map. It's only going to get higher the more I play it, so Ancient Evil is number 2, we'll go to number 1. So coming at number 1, I'm sure, which is very controversial, we have Alpha Omega. Now, I know a lot of people don't like Alpha Omega. They find it very boring, very filler, very vanilla, just bland, and just stupid. And I have no idea why I love Alpha Omega, but I just do. I love doing the Easter egg. I think it's one of the easier Easter eggs on Black Ops 4. And doing an Easter egg on Black Ops 4, like I said, with every other map, these Easter eggs are hard and stupid. But with Alpha Omega, it's something I can do myself and I can feel very accomplished doing. And as a Zombies player, I think it's just... I think there's no better feeling than just doing this Easter egg. I get the most satisfaction out of doing the Alpha Omega Easter egg out of any other Easter egg that I've ever done. Why? I have no clue, because, I mean, it's not even the hardest Easter egg. But just... It's so cool. I don't even know how to explain it. I know some of the steps are stupid and tedious, with the Nova Crawler step, getting the clock, and then going to all the different houses, getting the right time with the Galva Knuckles. I mean, all of that is tedious, and I get it, but for some reason, I just love doing it. And I know a lot of people just will not agree with me, will not understand why I put Alpha Omega at number 1. But I just don't, I literally don't know why. I just love Alpha Omega. Primus and Ultimus being together, a bunch of Zombies fans, especially back then, always were hopeful and thought it would be a cool idea for them to kind of be together. And Alpha Omega, that came true. And I know that's not really a gameplay thing, but the story on this map is also amazing. You hear about Rushmore and Broken Arrow, which Rustman from Victus worked at, and you learn Peter McCain's there. You see what happens to Peter McCain, and all of it's a bit confusing, but I always just have fun playing Alpha Omega, and it's one of those maps that I can always just sit back and play and have fun. I can't really have that with a bunch of maps nowadays, and maybe someday Ancient Evil will be better when I learn more about Ancient Evil. I'm sure it probably will be. But for right now, Alpha Omega is like always good old reliable, and I just love it. And it's always fun. It's very simplistic, but rewarding when you do it. And for that, it's gonna be at number 1. I know a lot of people won't agree with me at all, but I don't know. Just there's something about Alpha Omega, and I can't put my finger on it. But I just love it. And if anyone else likes Alpha Omega, I'm sure you feel the exact same way I do. You just don't know, but you love it. You don't know why, but you love it. And I'll just leave it at that. So Alpha Omega, number 1. yeah. So real quick before the video ends, I just want to quickly point out that I know this list was crazy and chaotic with like no criteria and how everything felt random on this. And the truth is, really, I did not know much about Black Ops 4, mainly the Chaos story. I had no interest playing it at all until really I started playing every map with randoms. So I'm starting to learn every single Chaos map, and I'm going to get better at knowing more maps in the Chaos on the Chaos side in Black Ops 4. So this is a list I'll probably redo in the future, and I'll probably have a much different list with a bunch more. I'll know a lot more than I did in this video. And secondly, I just want to quickly mention that there's going to be a little bit of a delay in the Cold War ranking video because of the same reason. I want to take some time and learn more about Cold War, especially Outbreak, and just do at least the Easter egg on every single map so I can kind of get a hint on what every map is like so I can have a good ranking on that. Because I think Cold War, as of right now, is the game I know the least about. And I'm going to be ranking Cold War and Vanguard together, so it's going to be a bigger ranking, and I want to know as much as possible. So, yeah, it's going to be a little bit of delay on the Cold War and Vanguard ranking, but I think you guys are going to like it when it does come out. But, yeah, I'll leave it at that, so ta-ta.